Welcome viewers. In this video, we are going to discuss the levels which are possible for coming week. Okay, starting from 24th to 28th of November. Okay. Before we go there, let us look at what we predicted and how Nifty fared in the week gone by. Okay. So let us go to our video first. Yeah, here it is. So on upside, we expected 26,100 as an important level, and above which we expected a big move on upside. Okay, this 26,100 level was achieved in the previous week. However, on the downside, we expected these levels, but this thing didn't happen because the range was very small for the last week. Okay, so for that, let us go to the original Nifty chart. Let me zoom in so that we get to clearly see these action date wise. Okay, yeah, here it is. See, 17th is this candle. Okay, so 17th is this green candle, and this is the Friday candle, 21st candle. So if you look at the range, this is not a big range for a 5-day trading week. Okay, so what can we expect going forward? What one can expect? So this number, what you see on the screen, 26,277, is the lifetime high which was made in September 2024. Okay, so we Nifty almost reached there, but could not touch or break this level, and the very next day it got corrected. So this candle, uh, if you just by looking at the chart, you won't be able to make out why it happened. But if you just look at the world markets, you would appreciate that on this day, on 21st November, all the world markets were mm, red. They closed red, traded, and lost some points because of some corporate companies' earnings. I believe it is Nvidia. So 3% to the stock fell 3%, and the US market corrected along with it. All the world markets corrected, varying from 1 to 3%. Okay, so this can be attributed to global markets. It's not a local phenomenon; it's a global phenomenon, and we are not isolated due to globalization. We are also connected in the web of global happenings. So, along with all the markets, our market has also gone down. Okay, so shall we deduce that this is the top, and we are going to correct a big time from here? So, the answer would be it will be premature. If you look at overall direction of the market, still we are in positive territory, but we are unable to break the lifetime high. Okay, we just almost there, 246, 277. From there, we got a correction. Sometimes corrections are also healthy. The weak hands will get flushed out, and then the buying comes in. And that is also a possibility. So, what we anticipate for the coming week? So, one can expect a big move. Which direction? The honest answer is I don't know which direction. That is one way of looking at the market, and the other way is market will spend some time before it breaks out or breaks down from the lifetime high that was made in September 2024. So in that scenario, we will be range bound. So, so there are two scenarios. Let me write down here. One is market is going to break this level. In that case, we expect a good move on upside, or it may break down, may try to test this level. Okay, or even go further down, considering this as a long swing high. Okay, so for a long term swing high for a long term. Okay, that is one way of looking at it. This is scenario one. And the two is it will spend some time again. It will go and test this level, come back, and may try to breach upside. Okay. So in that scenario, we may remain largely range bound for the trading week. Okay, this is scenario two. So where will we go on upside or downside in scenario one? So it is foolish to write the numbers. We have to analyze the market on a day-to-day basis freshly with open mind. Okay, so I'm not putting any number, an extreme bullish scenario or extreme bearish scenario. Okay, so let us only look at this range which we are talking about, the scenario. So largely it is 150 points upside, 300 points downside, above which the same rule applies, below which the same rule applies. So we are not going to forecast or predict the numbers on extreme bullish or bearish scenario. So we will only stick to the range which is most likely for the coming week. So let me write down which are the numbers. We closed at 26,068. So what we expect on the upside, 26,100 before reaching 26,246. That is swing high, previous swing high. Above which we expect a sustenance above this level for 5 to 10 minutes may call for a big move on upside. That is nothing but breakout. So on the downside, 25,946, 25,860, and we may expect a decent support considering that in the last week, Nifty has not gone down below 800 level. Okay, so we will limit it to 25,780. Okay, so below which we may expect a good. So what about Sensex? It is no different from Nifty. So the logic will remain same. The swing high or a lifetime high is going to be important on upside for any breakout. So we expect upside move around plus 780 points, above which a super bullish, and on the downside around 1000 points. Okay, below which we may expect a bearish sentiment, super bearish movement. Okay, so if one wants to look at the numbers on upside, first is 85, 290, 85, 460. So let me write down here 460, followed by 650, and then 978. This is the high of previous year, also the all-time period. Okay, on the downside, which are the numbers? 85,000. On the downside, 85,050, followed by 84,700, 450, and 200. Below which we expect a very big move on downside. Okay, so we are near the all-time highs. So we need a confirmation from the market whether it wants to move towards a new bull cycle, or a confirmation that a top has already been made and it is time for correction. So either of the scenarios market has to give an indication before we take a one-way bias. Okay, so that is the reason I'm limiting this analysis for the range bound, and on the upside or the downside, once the market breaches and sustains, we will discuss. So data being dynamic, let us adapt to the what data is saying. Based on that, we are open to correct our view and align ourselves with the market. That's all for now. Take care. Bye bye.